target. This reflects the cowardly mindset of our enemies, and this attack is nothing but to divert attention from Flag Day. Ladies and gentlemen, Chaudhry Sahab, I have two options. One is to go through what I have brought along, and the second is what I have in my heart. So I believe heart-to-heart interaction will be more meaningful. Ladies and gentlemen, my approach will be multilingual. And we need to make our youth realize first, especially our people, that what Black Day means. When we talk of Kashmir as a whole, 19 July 1947 is a day which signifies and which shows the commitment of all the top-notch leadership of then. They decided that we will go for Pakistan and we will become a part of Pakistan. Sardar Ibrahim Saab's residence is a proof of that, and all the top leadership, irrespective of different political backgrounds, they then and there decided 25 days earlier, because Pakistan came into being on the 14th of August. That was a clear message. And now Indians, on the 22nd, they celebrated Black Day and they blamed again, as usual, Pakistan. But reality is that the turning point, all those who matter the most, they need to realize that 19th of July was a clear message to the entire global community and to all those who matter the most, that the people of illegally Indian-occupied Kashmir, their leadership decided then and there that we'll be part and parcel of Pakistan. Now, since 74 years, what we have witnessed and the way humanity has been bullied, we all need to understand that why UN and all the global key stakeholders remain silent. These are the questions which the prosperous world and the new UN, the so-called messiahs of humanity and the so-called champions of human rights, those who initiated multiple approaches to make the globe realize the importance of humanity, they themselves are undermining humanity. For example, Millennium Development Goals, it was an initiative to make the globe realize that the world need to start giving more importance to anything related to humanity in this globe. And now, 17-point agenda Sustainable Development Goals, where they are again trying to convey a message to every stakeholder of this globe that you need to be more responsible. But I believe one thing which is missing, that is that they unable somehow realize the importance of humanity, because when we talk of the people of illegal Indian-occupied Kashmir, forget about their faith, forget about their norms and values. The first and most important thing, immense importance from humanity perspective, is that they are humans first. And they are being deprived of everything. And let me give you a few examples. Ladies and gentlemen, since 448 to 49 days, the way they have been treated, it is something which was never ever experienced, especially after 1945, after UN. Prior to 1945, we have multiple examples. And one example which I would like to give to you is the way Jews were treated, the way they were thrown behind those concentration camps, and they were, when humanity pleaded and pleaded at all levels. That approach should have been taken very seriously. But what Modi and the fascist Indian government is doing with humanity by initiating Citizenship Amendment Act, by initiating domicile law, the way they have come up with UAPA law. And fourth and most important, the demographic changes through which they want to change the overall approach. Now, this is something which the UN and the prosperous world and those who matter the most, the so-called movers and shakers of this globe, they should have taken notice of that. उधर भी बात नहीं रुकी. और फिर सबसे खतरनाक अलार्मिंग चीज कि घर वापसी program. Imagine in today's world the second largest economy, population-wise, market-wise, then the largest democratic country in the world, the largest so-called secular state, and they consider and call themselves as rising and shining India. वो क्या कर रहे हैं आज? They are asking and forcing the people, especially the minorities of India, to go back to your roots. You were Hindus, you were Brahmins. Now either convert or leave this motherland. Which sort of messaging they are trying to convey? And the whole world needs to know, especially those who matter the most. UNHCR, United Nations, we have got 7.25 crore Muhajirin dunya mein, refugees. And out of them, 85% are being taken care by the third world. दुनिया में 1 करोड़ 20 लाख स्टेटलेस है. And now, जब हम पॉपुलेशन देखें माइनॉरिटीज की इंडिया में, ये करोड़ों लोग कहां जाएंगे? And if the world remains silent again, who will be responsible for this? Another most important thing the world needs to understand, that after League of, especially after the failure of Versailles Treaty and the failure of League of Nations, the world should have realized that every state needs to be given due importance and the root causes needs to be addressed. But what we witnessed in recent past, what happened between Armenia and Azerbaijan, what happened? Who suffered? Humanity suffered. And prior to that, when we talk of all those states who had gone through misery, especially the Persian Gulf, and even what we have witnessed of late in our region, the way Indians treated Nepal, and prior to that, the way Indians treated their own neighbors, and the way Indians have been treating their own minorities. Why the world and those who are given this right to address these issues have become silent spectators? So आज and हमें ये decide करना है कि if they are not willing to take that issue seriously because they have their own interest, then it is our collective responsibility as a responsible state to make the globe and those who matter the most, we need to realize them, the importance of their role and responsibility, and above all, we need to make them realize that Kashmir is a flashpoint. And if we include Russia in this region, half of the global population exists in this region. And with 4 countries who have got nuclear deterrence, Russia, China, India, and Pakistan, what does it show? It means that the world, either those who are responsible are not taking this issue seriously, or they are still living in a fool's paradise. They are not taking this issue seriously, whereas an individual whose party's sole objective, RSS sole objective is to minorities, and they consider themselves as ultra-supernatural human beings, and they want to dictate in such a manner where they become more prominent and dominant not only in this region. उनका मकसद ये कि इस तमाम खित्ते को अपने कंट्रोल में और कमांड में किया जाए. तो अगर इस पे भी दुनिया खामोश है, तो फिर एक और चीज दुनिया को बताने के लिए कि when we talk of human, the prosperous world give more importance to women, children. Again, what is happening with women in illegal Indian occupied and entire India? especially children. They have thrown more than 16,000 people starting from the age of 5 till 35 in concentration camps. Thousands of children and boys and girls are missing. Prisoner of conscience, women, Asiya Andarabi is a classic example. Dr. Qasim Fatu. The list is so long. Again, my question is that you are the ones who are telling this entire globe that be more responsible. And let me give one more example. When Syrian refugees were migrating, I hope they haven't forgotten that. One picture conveyed a loud and clear message to the entire globe. जब साहिल समंदर पे एक बच्चे की लाश पड़ी थी, उसने भी इनको नहीं जगाया. So आज पाकिस्तान दुनिया से कह रहा है कि we want cordial relation with India. We value humanity. As a responsible state, we are trying our level best and we have been sacrificing at all levels. We have fought the biggest war on earth against all sort of extremism and terrorism. We played a pivotal role, first line of defense against all sorts of drugs. 85% all sorts of drugs are manufactured in Afghanistan, and out of 85%, 50%, one way or the other through Durand line used to enter Pakistan and then दुनिया के और कोनों में जाता था. We made enormous sacrifices there. Peacekeeping force.